What's so cool about a Hei Hu?
What's so cool about Hei Hu? What's so cool about Hei Hu? Okay, so what's so cool about Hei Hu? I can disappear.
Really?
Yeah. Hold this for me.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. But you added that.
Okay. They don't have to know that.
Okay. I'm sorry to give you away.
Oh, I guess another thing would be I make friends. I make friends fairly well. I'm good at making friends.
You are good at making friends.
Hello, ni hao. Beautiful people. Hey. Hello. Hello. All the wonderful people in China. Say hello to America. Welcome to China. Hello. Hi. Nice meeting you. Nice to meet you. Peace. Hello. Yeah. Hey, but keep it. Tomorrow. Hey. Yes. Love you. What I need. Hello. Got a chance to meet a lot of people on the streets in Shandong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next segment. Okay. What's next?
Our famous anonymous guest.
It's time for our famous anonymous guest.
Okay, let's get started. Mr. Lee, are you there?
Yes.
All right, we'll talk about your Hong Kong movies and your Hollywood movies. And by the way, how can you play in a Mandarin movie if you don't speak the Mandarin language?
Well, first of all, I speak only Cantonese. So, I mean, there is quite a difference as far as pronunciation and things like that go.
So somebody else's voice is used, right?
Definitely.
So you just make the words? Doesn't it feel strange when you go back home to your hometown in Hong Kong and you see your movies and it's being dubbed by other actors' voices?
Well, not really, you see, because most of the Mandarin picture done here are dubbed anyway. I mean, disregard. I mean, they shoot without sound.
So their lips never quite make the right words anyway, does it?
Yeah, well, that's where the difficulty lies, you see. I mean, in order to, because the Cantonese have a different way of saying things, you know, I mean, different from the Mandarin. I have to find, like, something similar to that and keep a kind of a feeling going behind that. Something that matching the Mandarin deal.
So did you watch a lot of Mandarin movies? And what do you think of the quality?
Quality-wise, I mean, I have to admit that it's not quite up to the standard. However, it is growing, and it is getting higher and going toward that standard, that what I would term quality.
As an expert in various martial arts in China, what do you think about the fighting that you saw in the movies that you studied before you became a star?
Martial art has a very, very deep meaning as far as my life is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art.
Okay, for the sake of our audience, can you please explain what you mean by martial arts?
Right. Martial art include all the combative arts like karate, judo, Chinese kung fu or Chinese boxing, whatever you call it. All those. You see, like Aikido, Korean, I can go on and on and on. But it's a combative form of fighting. I mean, it's not, some of them became sport, but some of them are still not. I mean, they use, for instance, kicking to the groin, jabbing fingers at the eyes and things like that.
No wonder you're so successful in it. Chinese movies full of these sort of actions anyway. Can you break 5 or 6 pieces of wood with your hand or foot?
I'll probably break my hand and foot.
Why would the Hollywood actors want to learn martial arts? Because of their movie roles?
Not really. I mean, most of them, you see, to me, at least the way that when I teach it, all type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge. So therefore, they're coming in to, and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. So in other words, what I'm saying, therefore, is that he is paying me to show him in combative form the art of expressing the human body.
Which is acting in a sense, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it might sound too philosophical, but it's unacting, acting, or acting, unacting.
You just confused me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, I mean, so therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Oh, like yin yang.
You're right, man, that's it.
So do you teach karate to your students?
You see, actually, I do not teach, karate because I do not believe in styles.
You talked about Chinese boxing. How do that differ from American or U.S. boxing?
To me, okay, to me, ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky, be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean, blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, now that, my friend, is very hard to do. And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not the type of thing you have to train yourself into it.
I heard you was a great philosopher. Can you give us one of your great lines that you tell your students?
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup. It becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Okay, what do you think about the perception of Asians or Orientals in America?
I have already made up my mind that in the United States, I think something about the Oriental, the true Oriental should be shown.
For sure, Hollywood haven't been showing it. The same old stereotypes.
You better believe it, man. I mean, it's always the pigtail and bouncing around, chop, with the eye slant and all that. And I think that's very, very out of...
Do you think you've been criticized for being too Americanized?
Oh, man, like, how? I have been.
So do you think it's time for a change?
Things of Chinese will be quite interesting for the next few years.
Interesting like how?
I mean, once the opening of China, that it will bring more understanding, more things that are, different, and maybe in the contrast of comparison, some new thing might grow. So therefore, it's a very rich period to be in. If I have a thought in my mind, I said, boy, I'm going to star in a movie or star in a television series in America. But I think right now, maybe...
Do you think of yourself more Chinese or more American?
You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being. Because, I don't want to sound like, as Confucius say, but under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one family. It just so happened, man, that people are different.
Okay, that's a great answer. Thank you for your time, and I gotta go. Appreciate you.
Thank you.